Today we're going to talk about 5 tips you need to help you build that website that you've been struggling with. This is going out to my DIYers specifically because I get a lot of questions from you guys. So I've been collecting these questions, and today we're going to answer the 5 most popular ones. Question 1. What is your favorite platform and why? My favorite platform, well, let me say it a little bit differently. If I was just starting out and I had no knowledge of code, no knowledge of web development or any of that, I would choose WordPress. And the reason why I would choose WordPress is because no matter what you're doing, what industry you're in, what type of business you're trying to start, WordPress has something for you. You can get a theme, you can get the plugins you need, you can get access to anything you need to build a decent looking website without writing a lick of code or having to hire anybody. And when you're just starting out, I would suggest that you pay for a theme and set up your WordPress website as one of the first things that you do once you have ironed out exactly what you're going to do in your business. Another reason why I suggest WordPress is because I've noticed that some of the other platforms that give you done-for-you templates, the templates don't look professional, they're very outdated, and they're not something that would be considered professional or modern. And using an outdated website really speaks about your company. So you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in the best light to your potential customer that is taking the time to do the research on you before they make a decision. Question 2. How do I find the right theme for my business? That's a great question. To find a great theme for your business, what you're going to want to do is a targeted search for a very specific theme. Now, in this specific example that I'm going to walk through, it's going to be WordPress, but you could do this for any platform that you're going to go into. So let's get started. First, you want to navigate to your favorite search engine. I prefer Google, but whichever you prefer, it doesn't matter. This search works on all of them. And what you want to do is come up with one keyword that describes your business or niche. For example, I would say shoe store plus the actual plus sign, WordPress plus sign, again, theme. Okay? And the reason why I'm using the plus signs in there is because it gives you more targeted results. When you don't use the plus sign, Google kind of pulls whatever it feels like. But when you're using the plus sign, it's actually looking specifically for those terms. Once you hit enter, things will come up that will show you exactly what themes are out there and what themes are available to you, right? At that point, pick a theme that looks good to you and look at the reviews for it. The reason why I tell you to look at the reviews is because you want to make sure that the theme is a good quality theme. You also want to make sure that there's a version that you can purchase. Free themes are nice, but paid themes are amazing, and you want to put your best foot forward. And guys, a paid theme can cost anywhere between $20 and $300. It just all depends on what type of theme that you're going to get. And here, since we're starting out, we want to stay kind of in the $20 to $50 range, maybe $100, but we don't want to go too far past that. When you're looking at your themes, I want you to pick the top 3 that have 1, great reviews, or at least good reviews. Oh, pro tip, if you go into the theme and you notice that the reviews are bad, look at the date of those reviews. Because when you're looking at particular websites, they're not like fleecing them out as they get older. And a lot of times the developers look at those, they'll respond to those, and they will fix the problems that people are complaining about. So you want to go in and you want to look at those reviews and see, one, how old they are. If they're 2 and 3 years old, then more than likely the theme has been fixed. So you want to I just wanted to add that in there because I didn't want you to exclude a theme that shouldn't be excluded. Next question. How do I know the theme that I pick is going to work for my business? Before you start searching for the right theme for you, go out and take a look at your competitors' websites. Not just any competitors, the ones that are successful. And you will know who's successful because you know who the leaders are in your industry at this point. I hope you've done that research. Once you know who the top people are in your industry, go out and look at their websites. What do they look like? What type of content is on those websites? Make a list of the items that are on the website that you would like to have on your website. Also, take notice of any keywords that they're using, anything that they're repeating consistently on their website. Take note of that as well. That is information that you could use to help pick the right theme for your company. Also, when you're taking note of these things, as you're going through the process of building your website, please do not copy someone else's website or content verbatim. One, that information may be copyrighted and you can get sued. Another thing is, overall, if you have a potential customer that comes through and notices that you have the same content as their fave on your website, then it makes it appear as though you have no expertise in your industry and you're just a parrot. That's not anything you ever want to be associated with your brand. Next question. How can I figure out what I want on my website? The easiest way to figure out what you're going to want on your website is to write down exactly what your website is going to do for your customers. Are your customers going to be able to place orders? Are they going to schedule appointments? Are they going to get to know you? Are you going to be sharing information with them? Are you going to be sharing a podcast? These are things that you need to write down in a list because these are the features that you're going to need on your website. Before you can pick a theme that's going to work for your unique business situation, you need to have a list of exactly what you want your customer to be able to access when they come and visit your site. Another thing that you will want to take a moment to do is inspect your competitors' websites. What type of things do they have on their sites? Is there anything on their sites that you may or may not want to implement on yours? Write those down as well. This way you have a nice full list of potential items that you can have on your website that you can use as a checkoff list when you're inspecting themes for selection. Next question. Should I hire a developer to build my website? In some cases, no, and in other cases, yes. The complexity of what you need on your particular website will determine whether or not you should hire a developer. What I mean by complexity is, if you need custom code on your website for any reason at all, hire a developer. When you're making the decision whether or not to hire a web developer, here's one simple question I ask to help head all that off at the pass. Do you need any custom code on that website? If you need something custom coded on that website, hire someone. I fixed a few websites so far where the particular person that was building their website decided they wanted to just add a few code snippets they found on YouTube or they found just out in a random search. The result was the code was outdated and it broke the site. And guys, sometimes removing the code will bring your site back, sometimes it won't. In these particular situations, it did not bring the site back. I had to fix it. Another danger too is WordPress has updated more in 2019 than I've seen in the whole 5 years I've been doing this. Every time they update their code on the back end, the plugins have to update. And if the plugins don't update, or it's been a while since they've updated, WordPress will let you know. Or it will just remove the plugin. These are just some of the little things that can happen when you are DIYing your website. I'm not saying those things to scare you, I'm just saying them to make you aware. Another reason why you would need to have the assistance of a developer is if you're still not sure what you need to have on your website. I would much rather you pay a developer and get a website that's going to work for you in your business than do a website yourself that does nothing for you. Your website is a marketing document. It is a marketing tool. that is used as your representative. Think of your website as a member of your company. When people come into your website, they're going to see an introduction of you. As they maneuver through your website, they're going to be building opinions of you based on what they're seeing on this website design. So you want to make sure that you are professional and you are putting your best foot forward on every page of your website. And there are certain things, design techniques that are done by professional developers to make sure that that happens. When you're hiring a developer, there's certain things that you need to look for. One of them specifically is reviews. Has that developer been reviewed? Does that developer have a good reputation, or do they have a bad reputation, or none at all? Take the time, go out there and do a little research on your developer before you choose them. And don't choose them because they're related to you or they're a friends of a friends of a friends or whatever. Do your research. Do your research. It is going to help you in the end. Next question. Is WooCommerce easy to use? Yes. Yes, it's easy to use. It is. As you get a large amount of products or services or digital downloads or whatever you're putting in WooCommerce, you're going to have to do a few more steps to get those in easier. But overall, it's very easy to get WooCommerce set up and ready to go. It's not difficult at all. And I'm saying that from a standpoint of not being a developer, but when I was initially starting out and learning WordPress and all that good stuff and learning WooCommerce, I was not confused. I didn't get stuck. I was able to just go out there and just follow it and get it done. Next question. Do I write code? Yes. My formal training is a full stack web developer. That means I learned coding languages such as JavaScript, Node.js, Ruby on Rails, and a few others. I have also learned PHP, which is the core coding language of WordPress. All right, guys, that's all the questions I have so far. If you have a question for me, submit it at support@DIYBizowner.com. Again, my name is Tamira Porter.